Hi, today is May 17th, 2026, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 759 for the year, Spittoon. Yesterday morning I was thinking about spittoons and what a disgusting thing it was that there would be little bowls out in public for people to spit in, and how thankfully we don't have that anymore. People used to chew tobacco and they would spit anywhere, but now chewing tobacco is a very niche activity, so the need to spit in public is greatly diminished. But then later in the day I noticed something in the doorway on the east side of Lexington Avenue between 36th and 37th Street. The door had a bowl affixed to it at about the level of a person's belly, and I thought to myself, is that a spittoon? And I kind of doubted that it was, but if it is, I hope nobody else notices and starts spitting in it. Poem number 760, Prescience. She had the ability to tell the future simply by staring into the tiniest drop of liquid. She gazed her eyes upon a teardrop and was able to see when the U.S. would attack Iran a full 5 weeks before it happened. She looked deeply into a droplet of spit and correctly predicted the winner of this year's Eurovision competition. And staring at a minute bit of cum, she declared the date of the next stock market crash. We won't know for a while whether she will get it right, but if she gets it wrong, we could probably chalk it up to her looking at the wrong little bit of cum. Poem number 761, The Homes of Housekeepers. I found myself wondering what the homes of housekeepers look like. Are they as immaculate as the homes of their clients? Or when they get home, are they too exhausted to even think about cleaning? There used to be a joke about how if you walk into a barber shop and one of the barbers has a great haircut and the other has a terrible haircut, you sit in the chair of the barber with the terrible haircut, since that's the one who cut the hair of the barber with the great haircut. But I don't think that same rule applies to the homes of housekeepers, because I doubt that housekeepers hire other housekeepers to clean their homes. Poem number 762, Haiku Are Easy, Part 65. The Strait of Hormuz. The Taste of Lemon Hummus. The Hummingbird's Song. Poem number 763, She Never Wavered. She never wavered in her conviction that consciousness is all there is, and that all there is are different manifestations of the divine truth, which is also consciousness. She never wavered, despite the fact that many of the gurus with whom she placed her faith and no small amount of money turned out to be charlatans or worse. She never wavered because whenever she turned to the truth of all that there is and has been and ever will be, she felt the warmth and glow of incarnated truth and incandescent transcendent love. She never wavered, even though at times she was tempted to curse and denounce and even destroy the charlatans that left her heartbroken and impoverished. She never wavered, and she had everything she needed, and she had everything she wanted, because she had everything there is. And the last poem of the day, no, not the last one, poem number 764, second to last, I think. The Light in the Darkness. He looked so deeply into the darkness that he saw the light in the darkness, and the light in the darkness was so bright that it made him blind, and now all he can see is the darkness and the light in the darkness, and that suits him just fine. That should have been the last one. Last poem of the day, poem number 765, The Clitoris That Invaded Cleveland. There isn't much to the story of the clitoris that invaded Cleveland. The clitoris was in Pittsburgh, and it took a Greyhound bus to Philadelphia, then got on Frontier Flight 1037 and landed in Cleveland and took it over. One might ask, if the clitoris was in Pittsburgh, why did it take a 6.5-hour bus to Philadelphia and then fly to Cleveland when the bus from Pittsburgh to Cleveland is only 2 or 3 hours? And I think the answer is, if the clitoris hadn't taken such a circumlocucious route, then the story of the clitoris that invaded Cleveland would be even less of a story than it already is. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.